Hello YouTube, RJ Carter here, and for this video I want to talk about work, the concept of work, toil, and start off with the book of Genesis. As Adam and Eve were casted out of the Garden of Eden, God commanded that you will work in the toil. You will, I'm messing it up, but most people understand it. The aspects of you will make a living by the sweat of your brow, and that's the punishment that God gave to the first human beings for biting the forbidden fruit of knowledge. And the Greeks too, I got this book, The End of Jobs, and you refer to this in his book, that the Greeks saw work, manual labor, as a curse, as something that you need to do, that you're forced to do, and that's how you live. And they actually saw that the intellectual pursuits, philosophy, psychology, the writing of novels, the art of science, and just understanding this reality, they saw that as something that the elites get to do, that the intelligent people get to do, and that physical hard labor, trading away the hours of your existence for currency, they saw that as a means of what the masses do. And for me, in my situation, I feel like work, I understand that sentiment, because the people that do the most work, that do the most hard, back-breaking work, they're the ones that get paid the least. It's the intellectuals, the business people, the stockbrokers, the CEOs, the people that create apps, the people that create, coding and softwares and all these things, technology engineers. They're the intellectuals that get paid the most in the society, while the manual laborers, they don't get paid that much. And if they do get paid that much, it's very dangerous situations. Oil workers, miners, and even construction workers is very serious, very hard on your body. And you kind of want to break free from that. And it's in my situation, I can see why I got into writing. And one of the things that I like to do is I like to say good quotes, I like to look up, let's say, example quotes on writing, quotes on reading, quotes on love or whatever, and just kind of look at the different quotes that people say. And one of it about writing is I disdain honest labor and poverty, so writing is my only recourse. And from that, it's the concept of work. I mean, nobody wants to work. I have this idea and feeling that as soon as I wake up in the morning, it's a dread. It's the hardest thing you could do, is mentally prepare yourselves for the work day ahead. And I've come to find too that Monday, when Friday hits and it's the weekend or whatever your days off is, you need that situation, you need that plan, you need that drive to create something, to get away, to break free from the monotony of work. Because once you realize that Friday is almost like a false satisfaction. Friday's night is not a victory. Like finishing out the week, it's a little bit of a victory, but you're still a slave to that next week. You're still a slave to that paycheck, and you're still a slave to the bills. So as long as you live, as long as you're breathing, unless someone kills you or you die some random way, you're gonna need to work and gonna need to provide a service. And I was actually watching a Bobby Hemmett video, and because when we come from, or when I come from, it's a little bit of the atmosphere of spirituality, meditations, being at one with the nature and stuff like that. And he's actually talking about the Tibetan monks, the Buddhists, the monks in Tibet, and how they've been meditating for 50 years and like nothing has happened, and they just they've been meditating. They're one of the poorest countries there. They haven't really accomplished from that. So you can kind of play the wishy-washy role, but I've come to learn too that because there's been periods of my life where I haven't been working, and it goes to another quote: the working man adds up, the retired man subtracts. So even if you don't like going to the job or the occupation or whatever, the fact that you're getting those hours, the fact that you're doing something, you're getting a skill, gaining experiences, is very beneficial. And goes to another quote I read, Tools of Titan. He basically talks about, if nothing else works, then work is a solution. Basically meaning, if you're depressed, if you're down on your luck, the best thing you could do is work out, exercise the body, exercise the mind, read books, go to a library, force yourself to create and produce something, or even working a minimum wage job, even working at McDonald's. That will benefit your life more than anything else, because everything else, the pleasures, Buddha talks about this in his text too. One of the extremes of pleasure is that you always get a hangover from it, and it doesn't provide you with that satisfaction. And the only thing really that provides you with satisfaction is, excelling some type of labor, excelling some type of service to others, because then you gain money. And then if you always come back to the core element, that this whole life kind of revolves around money, the society, especially though we live in this capitalist society, it all comes back to money and how to gain money. Because once you have it, you have that freedom. A lot of people say, well, money isn't everything, but in reality it really is, because I want to detract from that, but it's a very important. Another video is like, money isn't everything, but it's right up there with oxygen. Because when you're living, when you're healthy, you can't meditate all day, or you can. In 50 years you live in poverty, but you need to excel at something to actually, I would even call it make it, but just to survive, just to fight, just to harbor some type of gratitude, some type of meaning to your existence. And of course there's always the complaining, the draining, and what have you. And my dream, my scheme is to one day become a millionaire. One day. And it's funny too, it's not the $1 million isn't something of a braggadocious kind of thing. It's literally, I would love to, kind of be like it, kind of what the Greeks are talking about, get away from the monotony of low, high labor jobs, low pay, high labor jobs, get away from that monotony and be able to, get into the intellectual atmosphere of business, economics, philosophy, religion, theology, psychology, all these, intellectual pursuits. And I do believe that that's kind of but you have to work towards that as well. You have to build up, you have to, take those steps to actually maintain that level of complacency. And it was kind of another quote too. It was like, Michael Jordan, they basically did a calculation. It was like, yeah, Michael Jordan, he makes, in 1 minute, he makes, all these, $1,000. But Bill Gates, in 1 minute, like triple or doubles whatever he makes, or it was like 1 second or something like that. And basically what the ending conclusion was that nerds win at the end, meaning physical labor, even in sports, won't take you that far. Yeah, sure, you'll be a multi-millionaire if you excel the professional sports, no doubt. But how much, and it's an easy statement to make, but how much are the owners making, right? How much are the people that are benefiting off those deals are on the sides and what have you. So, and when we're in this atmosphere of collecting knowledge, collecting information, I do think it's kind of a mission to gain money. And you kind of see that trend to where you start off, for example, if you worked at an oil rig, and and all of a sudden you started reading books, and you started, watching videos and reading material on how to improve yourself, how to improve your work, and you start meditating, you start, drinking, special kind of coffees, taking supplements that enhances your mental capacity, or simply just, eating better, eating healthier. Eventually, you want to start your own business, you want to, you start connecting ideas, and especially when you start writing down goals and affirmations and all these things. And if you work at an oil rig, eventually you'll be like, okay, so how do I maneuver to make this job easier? Okay, how do I maneuver to even own this business in this place to where I don't have to trade away my actual physical labor and use my mental capacity? Because when you own it, you kind of sit back and you kind of collect the money. And of course the mission, Warren Buffett would say, is to make money while you sleep. And I think on a certain scale, I think that's what everybody's here, and especially in the capitalist societies, get to a situation where they're able to make money while they're asleep. Because, no matter how, people say, oh, I love, my job. So at the end of the day, nobody wants to, everybody wants to excel. Everybody wants to gain the millions. And I believe no matter what people say, I do believe, you at least want that money in the bank. Or strive for a similar component or compound to your existence. Just kind of break free from the monotony of forcing yourself to work. And it's a cool, heavy video right now, but it was like one picture. I think people have seen this in the flat Earth movement, the conspiracy theory movement. It's like, oh, wake up, eat breakfast, go to drive to work. Work for 60 years, retire, I am free. And it's kind of an image of skeletons, obeying, basically at the end it was like, obey, you repeat after me, I am free. But at the end of it all, and another, ended off another quote, money is a game, and money, or life is a game, and money is how we keep score. So from that, all those people listening, continue to strive, grow better, get better, and do not retire. The working man adds up. Till next time, peace.